But did you guys play the Mega Millions before we get into our next topic?
Man, I was about to. Me and Sid, we're about to buy a bunch of tickets, but it was too late because you never know. But Floyd, he's stupid though. He bought what, 2,000 and still lost?
He paid $2,000.
Come on, bro.
But I mean, that's nothing to him. That's like $20
that's
to
like,
us.
Oh yeah, easily.
Probably like $2 to him.
Easily. But at the same time, do you guys feel like that's a little bit too greedy? Because he already has his coin, but he's just trying to get as much money as possible.
He's an American.
He's annoying.
He said he's annoying.
He's annoying.
Oh man,
he's annoying with his money. Go somewhere.
Is it safe to call Floyd a coon? Somewhat.
I mean,
no. Listen, y'all gotta realize, Floyd is an entertainer.
Yeah.
His nickname is Money,
Yeah.
so he got to play into that.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I look at all this shit as WWE. They just playing into their roles.
Yeah.
They gotta keep that role up.
Yeah.
Right.
And then just like Undertaker. Every time you see Undertaker, you're gonna expect him to be Undertaker.
But he's not.
You
He's
feel
probably
me?
Billy when he's not in the ring. He's a regular
Undertaker,
person.
That's hilarious.
That's true.
I haven't seen that. Do they still have that wrestling?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's trash.
Well, rolling along to our next subject.
So depressing. Shout out to my man Corey though, wearing the Cap jersey. That was super unplanned. But my man Colin Kaepernick, it's been super sad seeing how sometimes black people, specifically black women, you already got it right there. Britney Renner, I've been seeing her on social media a lot. I don't like it. I mean, you're a grown woman, do what you do, but it's just sad seeing that Cap, he sacrificed so much. And even if he did have sex with you in the past, why bring that up? Just so you can have book sales. I find that crazy. And she was complaining, saying that he used to make her pay for her own flight. But in my mind, I'm saying you're a grown woman. On your Instagram, you talk about how you have your own money, that you're independent. So why not be independent all the time? And again, if this happened 3 or 5 years ago, why is it even relevant? And that right there shows me her motives, that she's just trying to stay relevant and she's trying to stay important because she's selling the book. And her book, I can't even take it seriously, Kim. Have you seen her book cover?
Mm-mm. Let me see.
She's butt naked and she's propped up.
Oh. She said she had sex with Lil Uzi Vert and declined an offer of an orgy with Drake.
But again, even if all this stuff is true, why is it important?
Because she's following the Superhead.
I was saying the same thing.
The Superhead Hosby winning book of life.
Yeah.
You just you mess with all these guys, and then after you don't want to mess with them anymore, you just tell stories about it.
Yeah. And it's scary too because this culture that we're trying to create for that isn't smart, because we have people like Amber Rose who does this, and I get it if you're
Kim Kardashian, she's the queen of it.
That's facts.
I mean, but I tell y'all this all the time. This is y'all's fault as men. These are the women that you glorify and you hold up on a pedestal.
They glorify.
Well, you know, I'm making you
Jay
guys,
Black is a wholesome black man. Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
Thank you.
But the ones that do know that it's your fault that you hold these women to such high regard. Mm-hmm. And so that is the beauty standard and the ethical standard that women see, and so they think that that's cool, and they think that that's going to get attention.
Yeah.
But it's not about getting respect anymore. Do you really think that? I mean, I don't know them, but to me it just seems like with Kim Kardashian, with her marriage, like her husband lusted after her for so long, it's like now he feels like he got a prize. And a lot of these men think that. I mean, if you look at any Hollywood relationship lately, it's like they just pass the same girl around and around and around and around.
I had that same conversation too. And I think even Ye, and this is what I found just a big contradiction right here in his song with Lil Pump. He's like, "You're such a hoe, I love it." But then he's mad about people saying that they smashed his wife. I'm like, bro, which one is it? Because you already knew what you were signing up for. So I think that, again, these women are being passed around, but I don't know whose fault it is, because we do have some good men out there. But I think
y'all need to speak up.
We have.
I mean, one of my homeboys on Twitter the other day, he was like, "It's time for us to stop to unfollow these big booty females."
Yeah, because they be having 10 million followers and things like that.
The more followers they get, the more people that are going to try to advertise through them, and the more people that try to advertise through them, the more money they make, and the more money they make, the more appealing it seems for young women that this is a business opportunity.
That's real.
But you know, people gonna always follow the so-called negative stuff in a sense, because even when like stuff like our show, we giving out positive information, good news, but it's not put to the forefront because it's not entertaining. People like
loving hip hop.
So maybe we should come in here like with bikinis on and stuff and tell the news.
No, we stick to our morals, and then when the time comes,
It'll pop.
You know, the real prevailed at the end of the day.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
So the Colin Kaepernick allegations were told as Kaepernick made Renner pay for her own flight to see him in order to test her true intentions and interests. That's what an excerpt from Total Pro Sports. That's the name of her book?
Nah, that's probably a website.
She took an expensive Uber ride to their house to meet him.
Expensive Uber ride.
He told her that he only slept with 25 girls in his lifetime. And she said that was a lie. In true Cullen form, he told her he had to pay. She had to pay for her own flight to see him. Convinced her that this was a test to gauge her true intentions and interest. Told her that if she was in for the right reason, she would save her money for the flights. I mean, what's wrong with that? That doesn't make him look bad at all.
Very
that makes
logical.
him look very good.
Very logical.
He's no trick. Clearly, he doesn't do it for money. He does everything for the right way. So that makes him look good. But in other news, Drake, what was his situation with her? Drake's story was an invitation from the Six God himself to partake in a 6-woman orgy, but Renner said she
Drake need
declined.
to sit down somewhere, man.
Drake, please. That's why he
He
has
already
a
got a
baby
kid,
with some
a
random
porn star.
woman that he don't even know.
And that's why he got the whole problem with my man Pusha T too. So
Well, this is just what I'm saying. Like,
That's
this
what
is just
happens.
another girl that has a big butt, and y'all.
and
Just,
she's not even cute. Like
she's
this is
cute.
plastic
She's-
surgery.
She's light skinned and she's got a big butt and long weave. That's the mold.
Starter
She fits
pack?
The mold. Yeah,
She got the starter
That's
pack
the
for it?
starter pack. She got the Instagram hoe model whatever starter pack.
That's
She's
all she
light
need.
skinned. She got a big ass. She got a really nice abs. And it's hey,
And
look at
it's crazy because I don't get why, as a man, you want what so many other people have had. Because then she's not a mystery.
I've been asking y'all that for
She's
years.
not a mystery.
Why, what is the appeal
I like
of
having
that?
a mystery.
Do you like wearing other people's shoes?
That's real.
I mean, that's the only analogy I can think of when I try to explain to men how that looks and how that sounds and how y'all look with all the same woman over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
The same girl with
Amber Rose, like, these guys need to be smart. You're not gonna find me in a picture where, like, these guys keep dating her. Why? She has a new boyfriend
It's like
every
and
month.
she's beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's sexy. So it's like the ride at the carnival that everyone wants to ride.
That's a good
It
analogy.
could be the same. Like, I think Whatchamacallit said this before, Toya. Like, people messing with her because she messed with Lil Wayne. Like, a lot of people,
Just for clout.
Some guys do that. Like,
Yeah.
she messed with Kanye West. If I get her, I'm on the
Then
same
you're
level.
gonna same
Right.
level as
No,
him, right?
no.
Right. It doesn't work that way, bro. So, Kim, for you, I have a question. So many times I come across as women, do you think that it's okay to be sexually liberated or, being yourself? Because I feel like that's cool being a grown woman. But where is that line where a woman is, like, taking it too far?
I mean, you're asking me. I'm so modest and prudish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that there's a way that you can be sexy without letting everything show. And I mean, if you have a nice body and you're the minimal and you still look good, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like, you know how Cardi B just be like, yeah, because I'm about to go home and
Yeah.
like, I mean, I don't know. Some things like, what's sacred? Is anything sacred? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, do you really have to let everybody know what's going on in your bedroom?
Yeah. And then some girls, they can say, well, guys, they get to do it. So how come I can't?
Because you're made up different than a man. Your
I tell people
sexual
that.
orientation it's just not the same.
And you have life that comes out of you, too.
And a man actually enters into your body.
That's
like
facts.
your sexual organs are inside your body, so it's different. Like you literally are letting someone inside your body.
That's real.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just so much more to it than, because you guys, your sexual organs are outside your body, so it's just like whatever. But for us, inside your body, that's just a spiritual connection. It's like beyond a physical connection.
Yeah.
So you can't. I mean, that's just how God made you. You're a woman. I mean, who are you getting mad at?
My girl Kim being deep.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
serious. Who are you mad
I love
at?
it. I love it.
Who are you mad at?
I
You
love
mad
it.
at me? You mad at dudes? You
Yeah.
mad at God? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're doing all this stuff. But a lot of women, they don't tell you, and they sometimes don't even know that they're like that as like they're like fighting something within themselves because they've been either molested
Right, yeah.
or touched
It affects their
or
psyche.
made feel less than.
Right.
And so they have never been able to have the chance to respect themselves or know their body or know what sex really is, because the way they learned it in the first place didn't come from a healthy place.
Yeah.
So you have to take all that stuff into consideration. I mean, we jump out here and we follow all these women because, oh, she got a big ass and men like her and she's getting attention and people are liking her pictures. And then a couple years later, like for instance, K. Michelle, she had to come out and say, look, I'm getting my butt reduced. Yep. This is ridiculous. I'm getting sick. I didn't do it with the right mind frame. You know what I mean? Like,
that's real.
You don't want to be that person that for years and years and years bought into that philosophy that this person never really even bought into. So you could have been a fan of hers for so long and thought she was sickness. Like, right.
Yep.
And didn't know until she came out and was like, yo, no, I was sick. Like, I really should not have been doing all that.
You see, it's scary too because I try to tell people, women as well, when it comes to feminism, all this stuff, especially being a black woman, be careful because most of the time it's led by white women and they're trying to tell you to do things that doesn't even fit within our whole psyche. Like for instance, you can act like a man, which if you want to, that's perfectly fine. But I'm saying when they're trying to ingrain that into people's minds that a woman can do whatever a man does,
and I just
but a man can't do whatever a woman can do. So it's both ways. And I think that so many times we don't address balance. Like, a woman fulfills things that a man can't do, vice versa, which makes it so beautiful. But instead, we've been taught, no, you can be like a man, you can do that. And then that just creates chaos on both ends.
I mean, and then, back in my day, there were a lot of young girls that were getting pregnant and they were like throwing their babies in the garbage can.
Wow.
And you don't have the same consequences that we have if you are being like, if you are making a decision with your body to continue to have sex with somebody that you really don't have a relationship with or really don't know or really don't plan on, doing right. Yeah. I mean, you have a consequence. I mean, you could walk away and go home and not think about it. But if I end up pregnant, now there's a whole other situation. And if I try to emotionally disconnect myself from that, then you have all these things where the people like throwing their babies out, doing this, doing that, because you've tried to emotionally detach yourself from the.
You can't.
Because
when that child comes out, half of that child is from that man. So it's like even when you see that child, you're still seeing him. So that's crazy. So I think that's why sometimes baby mamas, they be mad at the kids because they probably see the father sometimes. There you go. That's very deep and that's sad.
So
black men don't cheat though. Never forget that.
They better not.